Hey, this is the Cactus Laboratories back for another Dragon Priest tutorial, and today we're going to be dealing with Rahgot, one of the harder Dragon Priests located in the southeast corner of the map inside a very large Draugr stronghold called Forelhost. So, to get to Forelhost, you are going to want to head far southeast. From wherever the heck you are, you will probably not need to go anywhere north or anywhere west. It is to the southeast of the map, all the way in the bottom corner, as you can see here. Of course, it is a long way away from any other sort of major strongholds aside from Riften, all the way Whiterun, Dragon's Reach, there in the middle, it's all the way to the southeast of them. So you've got Dawnstar and Winterhold up in the north, Windhelm in the east, all the way down here, just southeast of Riften. And just west to the entrance to Morrowind. Of course, you can't get into Morrowind, unfortunately. That's probably going to be some DLC, you never know. So, as soon as you get here, walk up and you will be approached by this guy here. We'll give you a quest.
Are you going to help me with my mission? I need someone very capable.
So he'll probably just approach you with this. Of course, I've already talked to him. Didn't know what this was at first, but turns out that's the Dragon Priest.
To obtain a powerful weapon for the war effort. This was the last great bastion of the Dragon cult, and their leader's mask was reported to be quite powerful.
Of course, you can question him if you like, or you can just accept the quest.
It seems that after the strength of the cult was broken in the Dragon War, a last contingent came here to create a stronghold and regroup. King Harold's forces crushed stragglers here during the First Era, and it has been haunted ever since. But the specifics of the siege are unclear.
Bit of lore there, never hurts.
They were among the first men to arrive from Atmora, and they worshipped certain animals as avatars of the gods, dragons being foremost. And for their bloody sacrifices, the dragons gifted their priests with terrible power. But their cruelty was too great for men to bear, and they rose up in what would be called the Dragon War, and the cult swept from the land.
So that's all the lore he has on that. Quite interesting.
Very good. The research I've done seems to indicate that Skorm Snowstrider left part of his journal here after laying siege. I believe it should indicate how to enter the blocked-off sections of the stronghold. I should warn you, Forelhost is quite
And there's your quest.
I'm sure you can handle it. Return to me here once you've obtained the staff.
Of course, if you want to get to certain parts of this video, like the Rahgot boss battle, there will be links in the description to skip you to them certain parts of the video, like the boss battle itself and just the viewing of the mask. Anyhow, here we are inside the dungeon, and I'm just going to rush through this as quickly as possible because there are a lot in here. A lot of Draugr, a lot of Dragon Priest cultists, and so yeah, I'm just going to rush through this as quickly as possible. Nice pressure plate trap there on the floor, don't hit that, otherwise you'll probably end up with a log in your face or something of the like. Anyhow, I want to deal with this guys nice and quick. These are nothing compared to what's later on in this dungeon, believe me. Anyhow, you just got these guys chilling around here. This is probably one of the first times you can actually get the ancient Nord armor as well, unless you've been to another one of these places where you got dragon cultists running around. So that's kind of useful if you're interested in that. It does look pretty cool, especially if you want to look like the guy from the trailer. There's a trap. Pretty easy to avoid that one as long as you've got Whirlwind Sprint. I don't use it though, it doesn't really do that much damage. Of course, I'm rushing through all of this. You want to chill around, get all the treasure you can. It's absolutely full of treasure, which it should be since it's full of danger as well. Probably one of the hardest dungeons there is, definitely one of the longest. Of course, a lot of these guys in the beginning, these dragon cultists, and a bit of lore in a minute here. Looking around on that table there is the journal, that guy we're talking about, of the guy who laid siege to this place. You can pause the video if you want to read that. I'm just going to skip through it quickly so you can see it in a minute. Anyway, loot them guys, loot what you can. There's plenty of loot in this place. There's a potion, there's some coins, and here is this guy's journal, which if you stick the quest on, it will point a little arrow to, so don't forget to do that. Otherwise you'll probably just be walking around this place blind. You could even miss this completely. So anyway, you can just pause the video here if you want to read it. essentially it just sort of sums up how they found this place when they were chasing some Falmer down out of Skyrim, and they ended up coming across this place and they thought it was more important, so they laid siege to this, and it just ended up in an entire bloodbath. His whole army was killed, all the dragon priests sort of killed themselves with poison, and then did some sort of evil mass murderings from the beyond the grave, and just gruesome things like that. So if you want to read that, that's fine. You can see here poison on the tip of the beds. They all kill themselves in their sleep, which is lovely. Definitely not the most cheerful bunch in the world, but oh well. They want to kill themselves, go for it. Makes it easier for us to nick all their stuff. Yeah, see, so some poison. Of course, you definitely want to be doing a much more thorough search of this place. Probably a lot of loot in all these urns. Of course, I picked the empty one, but definitely want to be rooting around all of this. Probably a lot of valuable stuff. Even that poison's worth quite a bit. So moving on then. Another urn there. You can probably search that. And this room's quite interesting. A lot of nice loot in here. It's absolutely full of iron ore and iron ingots, and there's also a forge here, I do believe, for that thing to forge. I'm not sure if it's an actual usable one. Even if not, it's still a good room. There is an anvil, and there is a grindstone along with a lot of Draugr equipment, which is quite nice. Another chest here, of course. I don't know, never actually go into this room. You might want to have a more thorough route through, see if there's any more loot that I've missed. Could very well be. There's a couple of urns in there. Other than that, just going to head down here, and as you can see, there's quite a bit of iron in there. There's the grindstone just to the right. A shield in there if you want that, quite a high level shield. Of course, it's going to be levelled depending on what level you are. See, there's some iron, more iron there, more iron there on that table, more on these shelves. So quite a bit of iron in here if you're looking for iron. Or Draugr equipment, there's quite a lot of Draugr equipment as well, and some guy under a bed back there. Now, here's a coin purse, and moving on. Another room here, which is no doubt full of loot. They all are. See, it's a dangerous place, which means it's probably going to be full of loot. Potion there, loads of sacks, probably got some salt in, which is quite valuable if you're a cook. Not sure why you'd want to be a cook in Skyrim, but oh well. Kettle there, they're always useful for something, I assume. And in here, there is more Draugr. When I say more, this is probably the first Draugr you will see in here, as everything else has been dragon cultists. And here is where things actually get a little bit trickier, because these are quite high level Draugr. I'm level 40, and these are scourges, so no doubt if you are level around 10, these are still going to be all restless and all Draugr whites. So there's going to be a lot of high level Draugr in here, and if you're not set up to deal with them, you could be having a few issues. Missed him there, could have sworn I went straight through his arm, but oh well, there's a headshot. And up here, you have a pressure plate. That's a trap, obviously, don't step on that. Of course, I can't step on that. I have the sneak perk which prevents stepping on pressure plates, which is very useful. And here, in case you didn't see them, there's another trap. Definitely want to pinch this before you nick that chest. Always be wary if a chest isn't locked, it's usually trapped, and you have to look for those little things on the side. Other than that though, you could just grab the chest from out of the way of those little spikes there. Of course, I'd love to show you what this does. Probably some kind of log that comes out of the ceiling and hits you in the face, but I can't really tell, seeing as I can't activate it. Sneak is a wonderful thing. Anyhow, grab all the potions you want, as you can see right there. Lovely ultimate healing potion. You're going to definitely want that, because there is a lot of high level Draugr in this place. It'll definitely take you by surprise and mess you up completely. Don't forget to loot anything, of course. In here I appear to have forgotten to loot the dragon cultist, but oh well. Here, more traps. As you can probably guess, these are burning traps, and here I actually tried to move something onto one of those pressure plates so you can see what it actually does. Fortunately that doesn't appear to work, but there's the little flame spurt thing. Just don't step on any of these pressure plates or you're going to get cooked. Of course I'm going to try to move things, but apparently you can't move this guy's equipment, which kind of sucks. Don't know why. Of course, I try to move that and end up just taking his sword. Poor guy. Here's a nice bow. Probably not going to be that high level. It's only a dwarven for me, and as you can see, my Daedric, so it isn't particularly that good for me. Although, if it is a dwarven bow for you and you haven't got a dwarven bow, it could be useful. Sells for quite a bit. Anyhow, here is a nice gate. pull that, go through this gate, and this is where you entered. If you just look there, that way, that is where you came from, and you headed up here. So if you open this, you can go back to the beginning pretty easily, sell some stuff, things like that. And also, this Death Lord here, this is the first Death Lord I've seen in this dungeon, and then there are a lot more of them, believe me. They probably won't be Death Lords for you, they will be level, depending on your level, so if you're like a level 1, this guy will still probably be quite high, he'll still probably be a Y at least, I'd say. Maybe Restless, I'm not sure. I wouldn't even try and get into this place at level 1, but either way, definitely going to be high level Droger in this place. Of course, if you're higher than 40, odds are it's probably going to be like a Droger Death Overlord or Scourge Lord, things like that. Either way, definitely dangerous, definitely want to put in some strategy into thinking out how you can take them out. Also, that gate back there, if you do remember this guy's here after watching this, you can shoot an arrow through there and lure him close to the gate. Since he won't be able to get through the gate, you'll be able to shoot him from behind the gate, but he won't be able to get you, so that's another good strategy. Right there, if you think you can pull that off.